Rip City, Lakers at home hosting the Lakers. The Lakers without LeBron James. Blazers coming off the win over Indiana the night before. There's James. He was in attendance. Anthony Davis was in attendance too, but not for long. He'd leave the game with an upset stomach. That's not good. Consuming raw or undercooked eggs may increase your risk of foodborne illnesses. Russell Westbrook, 1 for 13. Lakers shot 27% in the first half. They were down 15 at the break, 14 in the first quarter. I mean, Damian Lillard. How about Damian Lillard? 18 of 83 from 3 this season, 22%. But you know that Big Sky was going to get it going, and he did. The Lakers give up 42 in the third, including 13 to Lillard. 42 points for Chauncey Billups' club in the third. Lillard all over it. Lillard goes 6 of 14 from 3. He has 25, and the Blazers, Rip City, 105-90.
All right, let's jam. Time to party. NBA action coming at you. And it is Devin Booker and the Suns hosting the Hawks. Fourth quarter, the Suns were down by 2. Booker with the ball. The guy you want to have it every time. Tied at 113. Suns now up 1. Trae Young misses the shot. CP3 beats Young for the rebound to Jay Crowder. Crowder, pretty. Yeah, Suns win the game 121-117. Booker, season high 38 points, and that's how you win a game. How about Rockets, Nuggets, Nikola Jokic in Denver taking on Houston. We have a problem. Aaron Gordon getting hot. Denver cuts the deficit to 2. Next possession, Will Barton getting double teamed, finds Gordon again, hits the 3. Denver up 1. 8 seconds left. Christian Wood rushes it. Eric Gordon, not Aaron Gordon. He drives to the paint, gives it to Deshaun Tate, and he is stuffed. All up in there. Jokic making it happen with the clutch block, and Denver holds on to win by 1 point. Mavs hosting the Celtics. Celtics down 17 at halftime. No such issues. With about 2 minutes to go, Marcus Smart hitting the 3. 104-102. Next Mavs possession. Jalen Brunson misses. That's okay. Porzingis, got you, brother. We're all tied up at 104. Under 10 seconds to go. Luka Doncic, a chance to be the hero. Step back. Oh my goodness. His third career game winner. Doncic, yes, he did. He finished with 33 points, but those 3 were the most important. The Mavs win 107.
Be the GOAT, and currently LeBron needs just under 3,000 points to pass Kareem. So, Stephen A., can LeBron go down as the greatest of all time?
No, not to me. And let me be very clear in addressing Shaquille O'Neal, my little big brother, who I love dearly. That brother knows when he's saying something ignorant, and he just did. And he did it on purpose. I'm going to get him here. And let me tell you why. Because based on what Shaquille O'Neal's description of it, Kendrick Perkins, is, I guess we can say Karl Malone's the best, is the second best player of all time. Karl Malone retired as the second greatest player in NBA history. I mean, that's what we doing now? That's what we doing? It's about points now? That's what we doing? No. It's not just about points. It's about the chip. And it's not just about the chip. It's about the road you travel to get to that point. And where people are missing my point, and I know Kendrick Perkins disagrees, but that's okay. You know, because I understand how phenomenal LeBron is. He's on the Mount Rushmore. I got him number 2 all time in the history of basketball. I mean, stop the presses, Kendrick Perkins. I don't know if you noticed, but this is an incredible insult to the people who love LeBron James. How dare me say he's number 2 all time? I mean, I just sliced his career. I've just discredited him. I've just said, yo, you a scrub. You're horrible. I got him number 2 in the history of basketball since it started being played in 1946 and became the NBA in 1950. I got him number 2 all time. And you would think I've crucified this man, but so be it. Here's the deal. I saw what Jordan had to endure to get to where he was and to stay there. And the NBA game was very different back then, significantly rougher, and the road to prosperity was very, very much harder, okay? And that is what stands out in my mind. To be 6-0 in NBA Finals, all right? 6 NBA Finals MVPs, unblemished in championship round competition. Would have won 8-0 if he hadn't retired after his father passed away in championship rounds. Completely owned the entire decade without a blemish. I'm telling you right now, to me, because of that, and because of what I saw from the Bad Boy Pistons, because of what I saw from the Knicks, because of the Cleveland Cavaliers with Mark Price, Larry Nance, Matt Doherty, and those boys, because of all of those teams, the Phoenix Suns, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton in Seattle, Barkley and Marley and Kevin Johnson in Phoenix, and all of that other stuff, what I saw is what I saw. And to me, LeBron can't eclipse that. I'm going to always have MJ number one if the question is whether or not LeBron James or him is number one. It's going to always be MJ for me.
You know why? You know why? Because as you get older, like my grandmother, right, 86 years old, and I go to her house and, you know, sometimes she does things that aggravate me. And I have to remind myself that the old saying, old people are what, Stephen A? They're stuck in their ways.
Stuck in their ways.
Okay?
Yes,
and you know what? And you and I have been having great conversation on here, and we're going to continue to have great conversation today because I'm not going to let you raise my blood pressure up. I'm not about to sit up here and dive into, you know, how much pressure LeBron James had out of probably the most pressure out of any athlete in sports history. I'm not about to go into that today. I'm not about to go into how you just talked about Shaquille O'Neal saying the points and passing up Kareem and left out the fact that he said that he had 4 titles when you tried to make your Karl Malone comparison. I'm not going to even point that out today. But this is what I will tell you.
Kareem has 6 titles, but go ahead.
No. I'm saying you said that's what we're doing now when you were talking about Karl Malone.
Got it.
But Shaq said that he has 4 titles. I think Shaq is telling the truth. And look, here's the problem. This is the problem that I have when you come on here talking about these different eras, okay? I was in that era. I may look way older than LeBron James, and I understand I done gained 70 pounds of retirement weight, and I get all that, right? But we came into the NBA at the same time, where he had to go against a Paul Pierce, a Joe Johnson, a Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. The list goes on. And I don't want to come on here and discredit Thunder Dan, but do you know what LeBron James would have did to Thunder Dan or Jeff Hornacek?
Without question.
Or any of those guys. And I don't even want to bring up my guy Kevin Johnson because he just opened up this fabulous restaurant right next door to the ESPN studio, that soul food spot that I went to this past couple of days.
I didn't see that. You got a soul food spot there?
Look.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's
right on the corner.
Right on the corner. I eat there every day. The oxtails are off the chain, by the way. So listen, here's the thing.
So Shaq, I'm sorry.
Stephen A. We're starting to see multiple players come out and say this. You know, Shaq done said it. We hear the great Magic Johnson starting to lean that way. We hear other former players starting to say the same thing. Sooner or later, you're going to get on board with us, and you're going to realize that LeBron James is just different. No disrespect to Michael Jordan, because I got Michael Jordan number 2 on my list. And by the way, every time you see me, I don't have LeBron on my feet. I have the J's on my feet. I love Michael Jordan. But at the end of the day, LeBron James is just something different.
I've been one of those guys saying it's going to be hard for him all year to find rhythm. So here's what this says to me. First and foremost, it says they can win games now when LeBron sits. That wasn't a luxury they had the last 2 years. And why does that matter? Well, look at last year. They came out of the 7-hole, and you're not doing that in the West. You're not winning 3 straight road series in the Western Conference, because in one of those you would lose the first 2 games, and you're not coming back and win 4 out of 5 in that situation. You're just not statistically. So now you can win games when LeBron sits, and that's the main benefit of Russell Westbrook right now. The question still is going to be, though, how do you allow him to retain more of who he is as a player, playing with LeBron James? And there's only one solution: stagger minutes as much as you possibly can. And I know it's hard for Russ to ever accept coming off the bench, and we talked about that here before. I'm saying the first 6 minutes of the game are garbage anyway. All that is 10 dudes agreeing, hey, can we all get a shot up and get a sweat going because nothing happens. And it's 6 minutes of wasted time out there with LeBron. But look, he's going to stay a starter. I say get him out of the game sooner, put him back in for LeBron, give him a 6-7 minute stretch without him. Do that in each half. Right there, that's 14 minutes where it's his team.
Okay.
Because that's what Frank Vogel's going to have to do, Stephen A., to navigate this because you're going to have a lot of rough nights from Russ offensively.
I got you.
Like, as constructed.
Well, let me say this to you, man, because this is my brother right here. We used to shoot around together and all that stuff. I want you to tighten up your soliloquies just a little bit because, and here's the reason why.
Are you telling people they talk too long?
Let me tell you.
That can't come from him.
It is coming from me. Only because we want time to get back at you, my brother.
All right.
That's why. Here's the deal. What did Russell Westbrook's performance tell us? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. You know what? And I'm going to be clear because I don't want this to be interpreted as disrespect to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook scored 33 points last night. We didn't know he could do that. We didn't know he could do that. Really, we really surprised. Let's look at the numbers here. Russell Westbrook had 10 rebounds. We didn't know he could do that. Russell Westbrook had 8 assists. This is a walking triple-double now. We didn't know he could do that. Russell Westbrook did it on 27 shots. We didn't know he could do that. Of course we did. The point is, when you look at Russell Westbrook last night, it would have meant everything if LeBron and AD were on the court, because that's what you're looking at come playoff time. Russell Westbrook with one other star on the court did what he always does. That's Russell Westbrook. That's who he is, ladies and gentlemen. Not the dude that dropped, single digits in game one. Not the dude that followed that up with a 15-point performance and a 13-point performance. That's Russell Westbrook. The brother that can drop 30 on you and damn near a triple-double, if not literally a triple-double. We know that. So now we're at a point where all we're looking for from Russell Westbrook is, what can you do with 2 other dynamic stars on the court? Because that's what it's going to take for the championship. LeBron James is going to be there come playoff time. Anthony Davis supposed to be there come playoff time. They're going to be on the court with Russell Westbrook. What are you going to do when you have to be deferential to some degree to those guys and you're going up against the Golden State or Utah, even the Clippers, assuming Kawhi Leonard comes back healthy, the Phoenix Suns? What are you going to do then? Until I see that, all I saw was Russell Westbrook being Russell Westbrook.
But you kind of glossed over what Tim said in terms of having that depth. So LeBron can rest,
right,
and they can get a better seed.
Yeah, but my point, Molly, is this. All I'm saying is that you have to see Russell Westbrook with a fully loaded squad do that so you know that he fits in with who you're going to have on the court.
Or maybe not.
I don't think he'll have nights like that with those 2 guys.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I brought it up. That's why I said it meant nothing. You got to see it when they're on the court with them.
Marcus?
Go ahead, Swagoo.
It's just what he's willing to do. To your point, Legs, like his mentality. This is about Russell Westbrook. This is not about LeBron James and AD. It's about Westbrook and his mentality and what he will allow himself to be in order to win a championship. This is the thing that I stood on when they signed Russell Westbrook. I said Russell Westbrook in no way is going to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers without a diminished role in what he's been used to in his career, because he cannot win a championship being Russell Westbrook. Yeah. As you just pointed out, Stephen A. So I lean where you are, Legs. If we are going to diminish the fact of coming off the bench for Russell Westbrook and say he can't thrive in that way, it's going to have to be a responsibility to LeBron James and AD, and Russell Westbrook is going to have to identify that first the offense runs between these 2 guys, and I have to find my way. And that's difficult when you've been who he is for his entire career. And remember this, he's played with 2 superstars already in his career. Now, granted, they were young between him, KD, and James Harden. They wasn't the established guys that they are now, but they all knew each other's talent. And they all had to try to figure out, how do we do this together in order to try to have success? This is not about the Los Angeles Lakers. It ain't about Vogel. It ain't about LeBron, AD. This is about what is Russell Westbrook willing to do and accept, potentially being a diminished role type guy in order to win a championship. So is it, do I want to continue my triple-double streak? And do I want to force myself to put points on the board, assists, and have the ball all the time? Or am I going to think grand